Who is Iqbal, and why is he considered important? Answer. Iqbal is a famous poet and philosopher from the Indian subcontinent. He is important because of his great ideas and influence on Islamic philosophy during the 20th century. What impact did Iqbal have on the Islamic intellectual tradition? Answer. Iqbal's genius continues to influence and guide the Islamic intellectual tradition even into the 21st century. How did Iqbal's poetry and philosophy affect millions of Muslims? Answer. His poetry and philosophy inspired many Muslims to awaken to the current reality and encouraged them to shape their own destinies. Why was Iqbal concerned about the youth of the Ummah? Answer. He realized that if the youth could know their true energies, they could have freed the Muslims of the subcontinent from oppression earlier. What role does the young generation play in a nation's progress? Answer. The young generation is vital in any nation's progress. Their energy, when directed properly, can bring significant changes in the nation's social, political, and economic aspects. How did Iqbal view the potential of the youth in his poetry? Answer. Iqbal focused on the creative and energetic capabilities of the youth in his poetry. What did Iqbal emphasize about the youth's energy in his writings? Answer. He stressed that if the youth's energy was channeled positively, it could profoundly impact the nation's social, political, and economic structure. Why did Iqbal think that the youth could bring changes to the subcontinent? Answer. He believed that if the youth realized their potential, they could have led the Muslims of the subcontinent out of oppression earlier than they did. How did Iqbal's ideas in his poetry motivate the youth? Answer. His poetry inspired the youth to recognize their potential and actively contribute to shaping their nation's future. Explain why Iqbal focused on the youth in his poetry. Answer. He believed that the energy and creativity of the youth were important for bringing changes in society. How did Iqbal see the youth as leaders of change? Answer. Iqbal saw the youth as the leaders who, if guided in the right direction, could lead the nation towards progress and prosperity. Describe the importance of Iqbal's guidance to the youth in his poetry. Answer. Iqbal's guidance aimed to inspire the youth to recognize their abilities and direct their energies towards building a better society. What was Iqbal's view regarding the youth's ability to bring change? Answer. Iqbal believed that if the youth were empowered and guided, they could bring great changes to society. Why did Iqbal see the youth as the hope for the future? Answer. He saw the youth as the light of hope for a better future. How did Iqbal's teachings inspire the youth? Answer. Iqbal's teachings aimed to create a sense of responsibility and purpose among the youth. Describe the qualities Iqbal attributed to the youth in his writings. Answer. Iqbal portrayed the youth as a believer in ishq, an explorer, an adventurer, a strong believer in khudi, and someone who seeks continual growth. How did Iqbal describe the aim of his ideal youth, likening it to the characteristics of an eagle? Answer. Iqbal described the youth's aim as going higher and deeper, like an eagle, Shaheen, exploring untouched waters of creativity and intellectual pursuit. Explain what ishq represent according to Iqbal. Answer. Ishq represents a creative and dynamic energy that helps the youth in discovering new places of originality and individuality.
What does Iqbal mean by describing his youth as a man of khudi? Answer. Iqbal suggests that his ideal youth represents the concept of khudi, showing that self-awareness and self-discovery are important for success.
How does Iqbal represent the potential of those who masters their khudi? Answer. Iqbal believes that one who becomes the emperor of themselves can lead the world in their desired direction and foresee the future for generations to come. Explain the driving force behind the perpetual struggle of Iqbal's youth. Answer. The spirit of ishq or perpetual struggle motivates the youth to surpass their current achievements and explore new intellectual and spiritual heights. Describe the lifestyle Iqbal explains of his ideal youth. Answer. Iqbal explains a dynamic life for the youth which involves creative exploration, discovery, inventions, and innovations, not limited to material achievements. How does Iqbal characterize the mindset of his ideal youth? Answer. His youth is not satisfied with what they have accomplished or invented, they constantly struggle for more, driven by the spirit of ishq. Explain the importance of khudi in shaping the life and goals of Iqbal's youth. Answer. Khudi guides the youth to understand themselves and their energies, leading them to explore new horizons and push beyond their current limitations. How does Iqbal describe his youth's life? Answer. Iqbal compares the youth's life to that of an explorer, who discovers a star and then tries to reach new levels of brilliance and inspiration beyond it. What does Iqbal mean by describing his youth as a seer? Answer. Iqbal suggests that the youth has the ability to rise from a discovered star to new stars of brilliance and inspiration, because of their visionary nature. What standards did Iqbal want the youth to set for the new generation? Answer. Iqbal wants the youth to establish higher standards, creating a culture of discovery and a thirst for knowledge. How did Iqbal describe the nature of his youth? Answer. He describes the youth as people of action, combining mild speech with enthusiastic action, whether in battlefield or among friends, showing purity in thoughts and actions. Explain why Iqbal focused on the youth in his views. Answer. Iqbal believed that the youth held the key to the nation's future and progress, thus emphasizing their importance in shaping the destiny of the Ummah.